Mountains are hard to navigate, and this means that many areas on mountains haven't been visited by humans. Every year people venture up these mountains to push themselves, and it's said that when you reach the top it's one of the most rewarding things a human can do. However, during many of these hikes people have reported seeing mysterious things, and this in turn has inspired many stories and legends. The Himalayas is one location where many strange creatures have been reported. Those who have visited the region of Tibet have been told stories of large humanoid creatures sharing the mountains with humans, with the locals saying that these creatures are very much real, but try to avoid human contact. These people spent their life on the mountains and they say they're certain about what they're seeing. These large humanoid creatures go by different names. The mountain people, the humanoids, and most famous the Yeti. The Yeti is described as a giant ape-like creature believed to be found in the Himalayas. Yetis, according to modern-day sightings, are said to stand from 8 to 11 feet tall, have a coat of brown, reddish, or black hair and said to resemble a huge upright walking ape. For the last few hundred years, individuals who have ventured to the mountains have reported seeing large humanoids, much larger than modern-day humans. It was reported by those in the region that this area was their home, and that anyone who visited this region must respect that these beings were here first. When stories started to spread, it was hard to figure out whether these creatures were actually real or just a type of spiritual being, and this was because some tales would say that if you was ever lost in the mountains, one of these creatures would help guide you back. But this doesn't seem to be the case, as many who have visited this region have said they've seen the large humanoids themselves. One local in Tibet said the following about their encounter. Living in the mountains, we see and are told stories about things that many wouldn't believe. Most of us have lived here our entire lives, and it's allowed us to have a more open approach than people that just visit. We've become accustomed to these conditions and what the mountains offer. We know the paths to take and what lies in the mountains. I know every creature here, big and small, and my recent encounter was unlike anything I'd ever seen. There has always been talks of great men who live in the mountains, and these stories have been passed down by our parents and friends. Our ancestors talked a lot about these creatures, and it's common knowledge that we share the mountain with them. Some of my friends have said they've seen them, but said that it didn't get close. They keep their distance from us and live deep within the mountainous regions. My friends have said to me that they do not harm humans, but they're also not fond of us. On one particular occasion, I decided to go for a hike. After trekking for hours, I reached a slope and could see something in the distance. At first I thought it was someone who lived nearby, but as I walked closer I was able to get a good look at it. I could tell that whatever this thing was, it was tall. If I had to guess, I would say this creature was around 8 feet in height. It also had a deep brown reddish fur that surprisingly blended into the snowy backdrop. At this point I would say the creature was around 60 feet from where I was standing. Although I was aware of the creatures, I never thought that I would encounter one. After observing it for several minutes, it suddenly turned its head towards me. Once I gazed into the creature's eyes, I started to get nervous, as this thing was much taller than me. However, after staring at me for what felt like several minutes, the creature soon went on its way. It's an incredible experience that I'll never forget." End quote. So what are people seeing? One idea that's been put forward in recent years is that these creatures could just be hermits that live up in the mountains, and they're being misidentified as Yetis. This would make sense to some degree, as living in these conditions would require you to wear a lot of layers, and would in turn make you look a lot bigger than you actually are, giving off the illusion of you being a mountain monster. While others have said a long extinct animal could be living in the mountains. For years, Bigfoot and Yeti have been nothing but a creature of legend, as there has never been any hard proof of its existence outside of eyewitness reports. However, scientists are now beginning to think they might have an answer for why this supposed mythical creature keeps being reported. Scientists have conducted analysis of the protein structures of tooth enamel in fossils of Gigantopithecus, and these are estimated to be 2 million years old. The Gigantopithecus has been proven for a fact to have once lived on Earth, leaving behind thousands of teeth and 4 partial jaws that have been discovered in recent years. The fossils prove to be from warm humid regions, believed to be that of Eastern Asia. However, recent teeth found in the swampy regions of the Americas that were thought to be Gigantopithecus have also been analysed. The tooth enamel protein structure has been found to date back no more than 10,000 years. It's been hypothesized that the Gigantopithecus genome might have split some 12 million years ago. The most common branch evolved into what is known today as the primate family, consisting of monkeys, apes and gorillas, while the second branch of the genome might have evolved into what is known today as Bigfoot and Yetis. While the main branch slowly develops the human-like features that we know today, the second branch is believed to have extended the Gigantopithecus gene, elongating the arms and increasing their height. It's believed that the second gene could have survived this entire time undiscovered. Its large body also helps it inflame before being seen. Some scientists also believe it's within reason that this second species could have divided into many breeds, resulting in the black, shorter, smellier breed that would inhabit the swampy areas of Florida, and that's been given the nickname of the skunk ape. The taller brown version found in the west closer to the Rocky Mountains are known to be more aggressive. And finally, the mountain version that lives in the colder areas such as the Himalayas, and that has become known as the Yeti. So what do you make of these stories of there being Yetis in the Himalayas? Do you think these stories are true? Or do you think the locals are misidentifying everyday wildlife, or even hermits that have now called the mountains their home? Be sure to leave your questions and answers in the comments section below, and help us to grow this community while working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.